Well, every Christmas, Hunkdory does what they call a blockbuster, and these are two of the kits that are part of that blockbuster, and Heidi's created some projects. In fact, here is one of them, and isn't that fun? And a really great take on Christmas. We'd love to share more with you, so please come play with us. Well, before we get into the projects, I just want to talk a little bit about the kits. I talked about the blockbuster idea, and what that means is that every kit has 8 of these topper sheets. So just like this is White Christmas, and there are 8 of them. In each of them, you can make at least 2 cards. So right away, you're going to get 16 cards. But they also have the patterned cardstock as well as the foil cardstock to go with every single one. Let me show you the foiling. There it is, glittering. And that is true of every single piece in this collection. So in White Christmas, you're going to have this. You're going to have 2 more that Heidi has used that I'll show you when I do the cards. So this is Flying Home. And there's also, we have Let It Grow. So we've got the greenhouse and some tools in the winter time. And this is A Joyful Home. Very pretty, and you can see the foiling and the cardstock with it. This is Christmas is Coming. Little puppy is very happy to see that happening. And as I said, 2 more. And this is 'Tis the Season. The words up here indicate the name of the sheet, and that is in the instructions also. So that's the 6 of them. I'll be showing you 2 more. When we get, well, let's see, I'll go ahead and show you the Festive Elegance while I'm here. And you can just see, isn't that just charming? And what I like about this is there's a variety of looks. It's not just one. So same thing, you're going to get a foiled sheet of the adorable scoreable, and you're going to get a printed one. So we also have Together at Christmas. This happens to be penguins together. And again, the 2 sheets. Isn't that pretty? And here we have Driving Home for Christmas. And again, the 2 sheets. And this is Oh Come, Let Us Adore Him, in very pretty, bright colors. And then also Deck the Halls. And there's one more, which is A Rockin' Christmas. So very fun. So you can see by that just a lot of variety. There are 2 other kits I will show you at the end. There is also a magazine, and I'll tell you how you can get that for free. But let's get going into our projects. And this is the first card. And this, we're working first out of White Christmas. And this is using Hunkdory's tent cards. And this is their version of the thin line cards, slim line cards. It's 4 inches wide and 8 inches tall. And the fold is at the top, hence the tent part of it. So you can see that. Now what Heidi has elected to do, in fact, let me show you what it is on this one. Now again, this is White Christmas, and it's called Winter Wonderland, is up here. We're going to be using that. We're also going to be using the printed cardstock, you can see with my Post-it, and there is also the foil cardstock, which I don't think we're using on this card. So what Heidi has done is she has taken this sheet and she has used this for the front of her card. In fact, let me just turn it over. Turn it around, and you can see the plaid she has placed over on the left, and she has simply trimmed this to be a little bit smaller than the size of her card. And what's nice about that is that you've got really a nice decorative piece. So you've got the border, you've got some detail work there, and then you've got a second pattern. So that's really kind of nice, all in one fell swoop. So that's what she's done on the front of her card. Measurements, everything is down below. Just click on any of the cards and you'll find the written instructions just ready for you. Okay, so that's the first layer. Then for the second layer, she went into the sheet. Now the sheet has the artwork in a horizontal oval, but also a vertical oval. Obviously, she's using the vertical one. She placed the larger piece. Now there's 3 ovals here, the center one, and then a silver one, and then one that has a silver pattern. So she took that large one and placed it onto dotted vellum. So you can see the dots. Simply placed just that first one on and then trimmed right around so that the vellum is equal to the outside layer of that oval. And then she glued that onto her card. And that is what is kind of sticking out of the corners a little bit. And then she took the center one and foam taped that in the middle. And if you wanted to, you could use 2 layers of foam tape. So that worked well. Then the May Your Christmas Sparkle, that is been foam taped over on the upper right-hand corner, and May Your Christmas Sparkle is right there. And there is a border down here, as you can see, and she trimmed it to fit within the space of that first layer that she did, and that is foam taped in place. So that does most of the elements, but we're not quite done yet. So she went into our dazzles. These are the silver pearl jewel dazzles. 540 pieces, and if you have been looking on the website, you'll notice on the front that we are now offering that if you buy 10 of any one color, one design, actually one item number, you're going to get 20% off. So that's going to be true anytime. So we just made that happen, and that came because the customer sent in an email review and said, "Hey, could we ever do that?" And we said, "Why, yes, what a good idea." So Heidi has taken and placed those just at the corners, and that's really all she's done in the on this card. So just really duplicating that silver with a little bit of pizzazz right there. And then she did go into the white ribbon set, and she used the velvet ribbon along with the ever-present bow maker, and did her bow and foam taped it right there. Now for the inside of her card, okay, this has something different, and I didn't really recognize how different it was until I was going over the instructions. But this, and I thought it was interesting that she put vellum in there, but what I didn't recognize is that it opens like this. So we're going to start with this piece, and if you remember on that first piece that she cut, there was an image over on the side. So we cut this piece, but now if you turn it back over, you can simply cut that to fit on the inside of the card, but don't glue it down yet, okay? So take that dotted vellum, and this is our white dotted vellum, and you want to cut it to be 4.5 inches wide and 8 inches long. So that way you're going to take that 1/2 inch and score along it, and then glue that to the back of this piece, and then glue the whole piece into your card. That way this has got a firm foundation. It will stay right there. We always like to add 1/2 inch because that's enough to really make it secure. 1/4 inch doesn't quite do it, but 1/2 inch does. Now, she also put the All is Calm, All is Bright. This is another of the toppers, and 2 of these silver dazzles right there. And then the vellum, as vellum does, it kind of ghosts that, and it really kind of asks you to, well, let's pick that up and see what's going on. So it's a nice inside look. Now, when she used that first round, that first oval, she had 2 pieces left. Well, she's using them right here. So, well, she's using one of them here. Here is the one that's all silver. And then this is not this one. It is this one. It is slightly smaller. So in using it here, she also has the vellum in the center of it. It's echoing the technique that she did in the front of her card with the vellum right here. So just a nice technique, and I think it's a good thing to remember. 2 more of the toppers are foam taped on each corner, and then just a knotted white ribbon is placed right there. And that takes care of that piece. Now what you have left is, you've got these 2 pieces, you've got the center here, you've got this piece, got part of here, so that can go on the second card. And you have all of this piece waiting for you. So that's what they do in their Christmas bonanza. So let me move this, and get on to our second card, which is also out of the White Christmas collection. And I think this is just so charming with an absolutely cute face. Now, this is a acetate card, completely acetate. So what she did is she took Hunkdory's Snowfall acetate, which we bring in every year. In fact, we have it year round, and it comes in a package. I think there's 5 sheets, and it's just so doggone useful. So she cut that piece to be 6.5 inches long and 10 inches wide, just like this. And then she used the scoreboard, Hunkdory's brilliant piece, and just scored right down the 5-inch piece. And that way you've got a really nice card already for you. And I think she did some fun things in here, and I kind of showed it to you in the beginning. Do you see Santa peeking inside? And we've got the robin as well as this. So let me show you what she did. And I will also tell you that I didn't add too many things to what you get in the packages. Ribbon, of course, and some extra things just to make them more unique and more fun, but they're not very product heavy. So that's kind of nice for this time of year. So you've got your acetate, you've cut it 10 inches by 6.5, you've scored it in the middle, and you've turned it with the fold at the top. So that takes care of that piece. Now this group that we're using is called Christmas Magic, and you can see Santa there and down here. And obviously we are using this piece. Now, what she did is she took the outside frame and attached it to the acetate. Now, you probably are going to find the best results with using the extra sticky tape. This is the 1/4 inch, and it's got the red liner, because that's going to allow it to stick to a very slick surface, which of course the acetate is. So that piece goes there. And then she didn't do anything with that center frame, but of course this guy is going to get foam taped right on top. He's got 2 layers, so he's really pooched up a bit. Now, the Love from Santa, that is on the same sheet, as you can see, that is foam taped to the frame at the bottom. Then she did use dazzles, and these are the red dazzles. Now, the red dazzles come in 2 finishes. This is the sparkly, shiny, glittery finish, and then there's also the mirror finish, the shiny finish. So she used the sparkly one, as you can see, and you can really see the difference right there, but we do have the two versions from which you can choose. So she did take the dazzles and did them on each of the corners of the 2 pieces, and that took care of the front. We're going to talk about this at the very end, so we won't do that right now. Then on the inside, okay, so on the inside, she is going to use this piece of the adorable scorable. It is not foiled. The foiled piece looks like this. Isn't that pretty? She didn't use it, so you can use that elsewhere. She did, however, cut out the Santa. Now, you're going to start by cutting about, I think it's a 1/2 inch off the bottom, because you don't need that. You want to have him fitted. So you're just going to fussy cut along Santa, and not along the colored presents, but along that kind of ghosted. And I wouldn't, don't drive yourself crazy with this. Just kind of loop around your cutting. Let me see, let me show you. There you go, you can see that better. She didn't cut into every bow. She just kind of did a smooth transition around them, just to make it easy. So he is going to get taped in place, just flat down. But then you have a lot of paper left. So she chose to cut a piece here, because we don't want to see the foam tape behind our Santa. So simply cutting a piece to go there, and then we're going to take the robin and glue that or tape that in place. Then the border down here is from this strip on the sheet. And the Merry Christmas is right here, and that has been foam taped in place. And you can see the jewel dazzles. They are, I think you can see them. They're right along the presents. They're on the corner here. They're up in the snowflakes. You know, dazzles can just go anywhere. Now we'll talk about the ribbon. So the ribbon comes from our red ribbon set. Isn't that nice? It's a very tiny check, just a mini check. And what she did is very simple. Simply take a length and wrap it around the fold and then tie a knot. And then take another length of ribbon and tie around this ribbon and just simply tie another knot. And that just gives you a little bit of, you know, a little flourish up there. Then also you want to tie another knot and zot it right here above the Merry Christmas. So really, for a card that's got a lot going on, that's not a bad construction bit. Now, we're not going to leave you hanging because we do have our 10 envelopes, which will hold the card perfectly so you can mail it. So that works nicely. Okay, so all of that is in the White Christmas collection. Now we are going to go into Festive Elegance. Okay, and that's where this one is. And I think that's just pretty doggone, well, I guess festive and elegant, wouldn't you say? Now, this is a different construction. So we're going to follow this, and we're going to use this cardstock. Now, it's not foiled, it is the printed cardstock. So to make our card base, we're going to go along the bottom of it. And I'm just going to place this along the bottom. It's going to be 11 inches by 6. And we're going to cut that out. Now, save this part because we're going to use that in a minute. Then you're going to go back, use your scoreboard, which I'm just going to haul out here to show you. And you're going to score at 2 3/4 inches and at 5.5 inches. Then you're going to make those into a mountain fold and then a valley fold, just like that. So that becomes our card base, and I think you can see it pretty well right here. But then there is this strip at the top, and I thought it was quite brilliant of the lady to use this piece to create that strip. Now that strip is like this. So it's going to be the same 11 inches long as our card is 11 inches long, but it's only 1 3/4 inches wide. So you will want to trim off part of the blue area. Let's see, let me pull in. There you go. You can see that a little bit better. So because of the card, this is only 1 3/4 inches, and you really do want to have that purple area and the flowers and then the blue. So start your cutting just right below the flowers, okay? If you want to, you can trim a 1/2 inch off of the blue area at the top. Maybe save that and use that for something else. Now, you're going to be doing another bit of scoring. So you're going to score at 5.5 inches. You did that here. And then at 8 1/4. Same thing. The first one is a mountain. The second one is a valley fold. The second one is a valley fold. Now, let me get these out of the way and show you what the lady did. So you're simply taking that first one and laying it down, and then you're taking this piece and you're gluing the left-hand side to the first flap, and you're gluing the right-hand side to the inside of the card, both of them along the top. I think this is pretty neato, so I'm going to keep these samples and remember them for future designing. Okay, so that's what she did with this one piece. So that's nice. Now to embellish it with this absolutely beautiful sheet. And this is called A Fabulous Christmas. Well, I think it lives up to that name. Now, once again, because this is Hunkdory, and I love, actually, this has got pink foiling. That is something else that is true of the Christmas Bonanza, is that all the sheets, or many of the sheets, have different colors. Now remember, this one had silver foiling, and gosh, I see this one has kind of a copper foiling. So that's a whole variety. That's not what they usually do in their packages. So hence the bonanza. So for this one, Christmas Wishes, there's 3 layers. And she took the biggest circle and attached that to the top and over to the left-hand side. So attached it to everything that she could. And then she took the centerpiece, which is the Christmas Wishes, and glued that in place. So everything is just glued down. Now, the Joy Noel, which is right down here, that has been foam taped over the 2 pieces. The Have a Fabulous Christmas has been foam taped right down here. So that's just looking nice. Now let me get this on a white background. There you go. So I want to make sure that you can really see that. The thing that she added is out of our magenta and dark pink ribbon set, and you can see that dot is just really neat because there's kind of a sprinkling of dots all over the card, so that works nicely. She foam taped that in place. Then on the inside of her card, she didn't really need to do very much, so she took part of the border. This has got 2 borders, and simply attached it from the inside score line to the edge, and then took 3 of the smaller toppers and foam taped that in place. See, got that festive feeling, and then 2 of the flowers, they're just right along the middle of it, and then tied a knot and knotted that in the magenta ribbon, and you are done, my friend. How pretty. I think that's true of all of these, is that there's just a lot going on, but they're pretty easy to do. Now, in this set, we have not used the foiled toppers, and isn't that pretty in that foiling? So there's stuff you can do with that. Okay, I have one last card, and let me bring it in. And this is also out of the Festive Elegance, and this is called A Beautiful Christmas. So we've got some peacocks, and so we're going to use that. And then she also used this piece. This is the foiled adorable scoreable. She only used a little bit of this, so let me show you what she did. So we have our 5 by 6.5 inch cards, our basic cards, and she has the fold on the left, okay, just like this. She measured up 3 inches and then trimmed that and trimmed off that whole top part. So that's gone. Okay, so we kind of have a flap in the front of our card. Then she cut a piece of, I think you can see that. This is 4 3/4 by 5 inches. Let me see. Let me put it on here. You can see those measurements. And this is, again, the Snowfall acetate, which is just an absolutely perfect thing to have this season. And then she used the extra sticky tape again and overlapped it about 1.5 inches, or exactly 1.5 inches, on the flap of the card front. So this is going to be, it's pretty sturdy. So that's going to be not attached to anything at the top. So it's just going to be like this, okay? Then, I'll go back to my card. And then she went into this piece, which I tend to look at them horizontally, but she used it vertically. So you have this like so. She cut a piece to cover that flap. And what that will also do is cover the bottom of our acetate. Okay, so just like so. And you can see it is cut a little bit smaller than the card, but it just is glued right there. And then we have the acetate behind it. So let me once again show this to you. And on the sheet, A Beautiful Christmas. So we have the peacocks, and she has used the large oval, not the center one. And she has taped that down, again, the extra sticky tape. And then she foam taped this piece in the center, so right there. And I believe that is 2 layers of foam tape. Then she went into, and you can see that there's lots of smaller pieces. So that little peacock and the Season's Greetings, those are foam taped. this great big wishing you the most beautiful Christmas time. Well, that's up here. It's kind of tucked under that peacock, and that's having that 2 layers of foam tape kind of lets you do that. So that worked out nicely. And then she did a bow with the bow maker, and this is the teal ribbon pack, and zotted her bow in place. And then she used the pink sparkles and placed them there. One here, one here, one here. So one on each of the small toppers. Now she also used the sheet of fancy gold borders. And she's got a little piece here and a little piece here. However, on the inside, she's used more of it. So let me show you that. And on the inside, okay, now remember on this sheet, we use this piece for the card front. Well, on the inside, turn it around, and you can cut a piece that will fit within the inside. Now, the other thing that she did is she made sure that that inside piece really matched the size of her snowfall acetate. So it's going to be that, I believe it was 4 3/4 inches wide. I've lost my note, but it's in the directions. So, okay. So you're going to glue that down. And then we're going back here. She took all 3 of these pieces and she just treated them as though they were one piece. So all 3 of them, and taped them down. And then these 2 pieces, the Festive and Fabulous, and then that wonderful tail feather, those are placed. Notice the tail feathers at an angle, and did another of the teal ribbon bows. And then this again is the dazzles, the fancy border dazzles at the top. These are so useful and so good. I use them all the time. And that just goes at the top. And what's nice is that you can see when you close it, there's a little something there. It doesn't just kind of end, but you've got all of this prettiness flowing through the whole card. So that is our 4th card. So you have seen everything that is in Festive Elegance. You've seen everything that's in White Christmas. And there is a money saver. Actually, we have 2 money savers this time. There's a money saver for the 2 of these, and they are especially priced. Even without the money saver, they're already especially priced, which is great, something that Hunkdory does. Now, there were 2 other parts of this Christmas bonanza, and that was winter warmers and cute Christmas. These 2 were done earlier this month, a special webisode just for them. Now, if you wanted all 4 of them, then you would get the free Crafting with Hunkdory magazine. Now, you can buy this separately, but it would be free. Did I mention free? If you wanted all 4 of them. We did it that way because there are projects from all 4 of them in this magazine. And there's some extra papers and some extra cutouts. So there's extra stuff all through this, which is very, very nice. So that is the 2nd money saver. So you can buy them individually, you can buy the Bonanza money saver, or you can just get these 2 that Lene and Debbie did, or you can just get this one that Heidi did, or you can buy everything, whatever you like. We're going to give you money savings on just about everything. So that is our holiday bonanza from our friends at Hunkdory. If you are watching this on YouTube, we hope that you will like us. Of course, we hope you'll subscribe. We really hope you'll come on over to paperwishes.com. Maybe sign up for the newsletter. You can see when all the webisodes are. You can see the daily specials. And you can see when new things arrive, because things arrive every single week. Yes, that's true. As we are shopping the world for wonderful paper crafting supplies. And that would be great. So we would like you to do that. For you also, as I said, down below, you can click on any of the cards. Complete instructions are there, and that will just make it easy for you to duplicate or see what you like and you want to remember for future designing on your part. Okay, well, Heidi, again, wonderful job. I love your creativity and what you've done for us. And I want to thank you especially for being absolutely the best part of paperwishes.com. We'll see you next time.